What is up, everybody? Welcome back to yet another week of Swing the Twig. I'm Tommy Franks. Joining us this week on this Tuesday, Anthony and Dom. Jeff is out this week. Guys, what is happening?
Dom's muted, but doing well.
Come on, Dom.
Very upset about the Yankees this weekend. I wanted to jump out a window. I was gonna play Big Sean in the background and just do it myself, but we can't do that. But other than that, I'm doing okay. But
sorry, I was having. I thought I unmuted and I didn't. I didn't click my button enough. So yeah, no, I'm doing well. Seeing the Orioles look really good against the Yankees really helped my weekend. So no, it was a good series though.
Yeah, that was a tough series for the Yankees for sure. Well, I guess we can dive right into it, guys. We don't have much going on this week until Friday when we come back. The Yankees just absolutely collapsed. I don't know what other way to say it. Anthony, I mean, it was just like the pitching's good. We always say this, like the pitching's good and the offense is bad. The offense is good, the pitching's bad. How do you draw this up this weekend?
It's just I said this many times last summer and then in the lockout is that I wanted a new hitting coach. I was done with the hitting philosophy. It was home run or die. I was done with that philosophy. It wasn't working, and they got rid of Thames and they hired somebody else, but I didn't know who he was. I still don't remember. I still don't know this guy's name, and I got to look it up, but they're still doing it's home run or die still.
Yeah.
It's home run or die. And they're getting no run support. They're not manufacturing runs. They're not hitting with runners in scoring position. And Boone is just resting guys whenever the hell he wants. He rests Aaron Judge when he really shouldn't have. He's resting LeMahieu and Rizzo, probably our two best all-around hitters right now.
Yep.
He rests them. I was like, no, you don't rest those guys. You rest the guys that are I'm sorry, but the guys that are sucking.
Yeah.
And to have Nestor Cortez throw a complete gem of a game on Sunday, an immaculate inning, no less, and we lose 5-0 because our bullpen is gas and they can't hold it up. Like, I'm not blaming this on the bullpen.
Right.
5-0, I get it.
Right.
They've been trying to hold it together for as long as they could. And at some point, they're just going to give out. And that's what's going to happen. They're going to get overworked, and by July, they're going to be fried. And we're going to be screwed. So if this offense doesn't pick it up and the starting pitching kind of doesn't go deep into games a little bit more, we're done.
I mean, like it's one thing after another. Excuse me. And the bullpen is just, I mean, you can't expect them to be perfect, right? Like no bullpen's going to be perfect, and you can't expect them to keep playing perfect baseball, giving up one run every outing or less when your offense is not showing up. At some point, you have to contribute. I know maybe 5 runs is a little bit much for the bullpen to give up, obviously, but we scored absolutely nothing. We scored how many runs, Anthony, that whole series? We scored 5 runs, I think, right? The whole series?
Yeah.
5 runs the entire series versus Baltimore. I mean...
Yeah, it's pathetic. Like, you can't make it any worse than it already is. Like, these are like the Baltimore series for the Yankees are games that we kind of are supposed to rest guys and here and there, but still win. We can't even win the series.
Yeah,
so
and the ego is astounding to me too. Just the sitting of Judge on Jackie Robinson Day as one example. Just no problem, we'll win this game. That's not a problem. We'll win this series. It's easy. And turns out we can't even beat the Orioles. A little fun fact, I mean, most Yankee fans know this by this point. We are the team that the Orioles beat the most last year. Of all the teams the Orioles got wins against last year, they beat us more than any other team they beat last year. That's a fact. Now, we are in the same division, so they play us more often, but at some point, you got to get the wins against teams that can't play baseball as well as you are. Dom, you want to chime in at all here from what you witnessed? Because you enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's really funny. It's going to be the same philosophy with the Yankees offense. They sit back, try and hit the homer, and that's about it, or they strike out swinging. That's the issue with them, man. I honestly think your best pitcher in your rotation consistently is Nestor Cortez. And that's not bad, but like you're paying Garrett Cole how much money and stuff. Luis Severino, can he stay healthy? The pitching looks good, but like Chapman's not going to be a closer for much longer. And the Yankees just, I laugh every time I see when analysts have them as a top 5 World Series contender for 2022, let alone a playoff contender. I think it's hilarious. This team just, they lack any kind of fundamentals, and it's pathetic. You're not going to win baseball games like that. You're not.
I couldn't agree more, and it's disappointing to me in so many levels. I'm used to this every year at this point, but we're not even a week in, and well, we are a week in, but we're not even like couple series, 3 series in or so, and we're already talking about the same downfalls the Yankees had last year. Offense is bad and inconsistent. We're going through the lineup shuffles again, as if everyone's getting hurt all the time, and we haven't had any big injuries yet this year. Anything substantial, anything crazy. And all of a sudden we're shuffling the lineup like it's a deck of cards every single day. So I really don't understand the philosophy behind that. No one will ever be able to explain it to me. I don't know if you guys agree with that, the analytics side of things. But it just doesn't make sense to me to sit guys so frequently. I mean, one star player after another. I feel like one guy gets 2 hits, then, they're going to bench him the next day. And then we hear from Boone the next press conference, it's a scheduled rest day. I mean, come on.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
I mean, it's smart. I mean, it's...
Go ahead, Anthony.
I mean, it's smart. I mean, it's smart in hindsight because it's like, you want to rest the guys, and you're fearing of injury, so right, it's good to rest Judge and Stan every couple days or maybe once a week so that they at least stay loose and fresh. But like to rest Judge on like a big time celebration day in the sport of baseball, a monumental day, the 25th anniversary of Jackie Robinson Day. Also, not for nothing, but the Mets had their big Tom Seaver ceremony at Citi Field, which was spectacular. They unveiled his statue in front of Citi Field. His family was there. Obviously, Tom wasn't there. He unfortunately passed away. But that was just a big day in baseball overall. Jackie Robinson Way was unveiled in New York City as well. So for him to not be playing on that day, it's just kind of you scratch your head a little bit. It's like, what the hell were you thinking from a marketing standpoint? But I mean, rest the guys here and there, I get that. But at the end of the day, it's like whoever is hot, you got to ride them until they get cold. I think that's just my opinion. But, Boone's got other ideas. So, and trust me, I'm not the only one that's pissed at him. Yankee Twitter's blowing it up. Talking Yanks is pissed out of their minds. Josie McFly is like losing his mind. Like, I feel like his head's about to explode. He's got to go into cardiac arrest with this team, maybe in about a month. But it's just sad. And you just hope they turn it around.
We hear turn it around every single week from Boone. Every single week. You got to turn the corner, turn the page. I can pretty much I memorized what Boone has said after every single loss, and it's like, okay, we got to turn the corner. All right, time to turn the page. All right, now it's time to keep going. Just the same old. And to be fair, the only thing Boone's done wrong here is the shuffling of the lineup in my mind. The bullpen, I've actually thought Boone did a pretty solid job at the bullpen so far with regard to when he goes to the bullpen. I thought he took Nestor out a little too early on Sunday, but it wasn't that critical. I wasn't too critical of that because I thought, overall the pitching decisions were pretty good. Just this lineup stuff, man, and I'm not convinced that Boone's the only guy doing this. He can't be. I mean, he can't be. This is embarrassing stuff. And I don't know how long it will take for the Yankee organization to realize that in the front office that this is not producing a World Series caliber team. It's not. I mean, we're going off of projections from sports writers in March saying that we're going to win the World Series or be in the American League Championship. And there's nothing to show for it in how many years since we've been 5 years since we've been to the American League Championship. I mean, it's got to change at a certain point, does it not?
I mean, it does, but and by the way, it was 3 years, not 5. You're forgetting 2019.
19. I'm thinking of 17. I'm sorry. Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well,
You're right.
17
You're
is
right.
when we were one game away from the World Series.
Yep.
So
You're
I
right.
understand why you thought of that, but yeah, I mean, like you keep saying, turn a page, turn a book. I'm like, what are we on book 3 of Harry Potter at this point? Like,
Yep.
what are we doing? Like, you just have to, at some point, it's like if you can't get the troops together, it's like, okay, we got bigger issues, and I don't want to toot the horn too fast, but is he on the hot seat? Because like people had us pretty projected pretty highly. When you look at the lineup on paper, it should be one of the best in baseball on paper for sure. But
That
Donaldson struggled. Falefa isn't hitting really well. Stan's been a little cold since his hot start in the first 2 games against Boston. Hicks, he's been okay.
it's okay. He's done better than most years.
So yeah, and then I catch you. I mean, Higashioka, where the hell did he go? Where did he go? Spring training is the hottest man on the planet. Coming in the regular season, I'm like, where is he? Hello, am I like, oh look, oh no, never mind, scary.
Gleyber Torres as well, man.
He's like,
same thing.
So I don't know, but if you have anything else to add, I'm all ears. But I'm done talking about this pathetic of a team.
Yeah, well, the good news is the Yankees go into Detroit and play the Tigers. Not that it makes it any easier. The Tigers are actually playing pretty well, so that's going to be a tough series for the Yankees, regardless of whoever's pitching and so forth, because they got to figure it out offensively. All right, Dom, we haven't really talked much about the Padres since much of the since the season really started. But if you want to recap Grand Slam and Padres style, Dom, let's go over that series with Atlanta, because that was, I would say that was a pretty successful series for the Padres, without a doubt in my mind.
Gee, thanks. No, I'm kidding. I actually think the Padres could have taken 3 out of 4, not split it 2 even. But it was a good series, not going to lie. It was a little frustrating, though. Despite scoring 12 runs in Game 1, being held to 2 runs with 2 of them resulting in losses and 1 of them being a win, was not good. The offense has struggled just as much as the Yankees did, except in a different way. The Padres know how to get on base, whether it's mostly the walk, but sometimes the hits. They just don't know how to bring guys around. They don't have that much power, which Jurickson Profar, our left fielder, who would have thought, has really generated all of that OPS. Eric Hosmer's getting hits, and Machado, of course, had himself a big day for Anthony in fantasy too. By the way, despite my loss, I want to let it known I was down 110, and I came back and lost by only 31.
That is true, Dom, but yeah. The fact still remains that Dom lost to Jeff.
That's true. Listen, it's not going to be. Have all your fun and games with the audio. It's going to be the playoffs. Next thing you know, first round, I get past Jeff. Anthony's holding up the L. Just wait till I hold it up to him.
It's the L. It's an L, Dom.
It's an L. Anyways.
We're going to be handing you L's. I'm so proud of my guy.
Anyway, in fact, I think I faced Tommy this week. We're going at
it right now. You do.
Yeah. So that's a lot of fun. But, the Padres, they struggled. Here's the thing. The pitch was carrying them just like it did the first half of the season last year. Question is, can it sustain itself is what I'm scared about. Injuries were a big problem on the Rothschild. Now we have Ruben Niebla. Does it work out to where, despite Snell and Clevenger starting on the IL, can they come back and the whole team start doing what they can do best and carry this team? I think it can, but at the same time, I don't want to see it like that the whole season. You got to have an offense, too, every once in a while, and not just rely on 2-run, 3-run games that you squeak out of.
Right. Yeah, I mean...
But I am...
Say it again?
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say, I am impressed with Bob Melvin. I am. He's won all of his challenges so far that I know of. Just very good with his answers, his responses, anything that gets put to the test, Bob Melvin says and does. One thing I've noticed, I actually like this a lot too. You don't notice there's no Slam Diego headbands on the players. There's no swag chain. There's none of that glitz and glamour right now, because I think Bob Melvin wants to see this team earn it first rather than have fun, because it's more important to get those wins. That's just something I've noticed. I wonder if that's a thing under Bob Melvin. He's a little bit more old school, a little bit more respected in the league as a veteran. So don't be surprised if that is out there as a true rumor.
Dom, you think he he put a ban on the swag chain, that $20,000 swag chain?
Yep, Machado said something about it to where like someone asked him where it was, and he's like, "Oh, it's just it's with me, or it's just chilling. That's it. It's doing its thing. If we bring it out one day, we do." But you could tell there's more of a
Sort of a
proper,
sadness.
Yeah. There's more going to be of I had the word, but yeah, it's going to be like very boom to the point. Play baseball, get your wins. Right now, that's important.
Yeah, I mean that is the most important part. So I mean, if the Padres can pick it up, Dom, where are they right now in the NL West?
I can't even tell because let me check that because I don't check this early on in the season.
I mean, it doesn't really matter much right now.
You. They're in fourth. They're 6-5. Colorado 6-3. The Giants and Dodgers 7-2 apiece.
Okay. And the Dodgers get the Braves coming up here in this series as we're doing this.
Yeah, the Giants play the Mets in Citi Field. I know there's a doubleheader tomorrow, today. And with that, I don't even know who the D-backs play. They just got out of Citi Field. So, yeah, should be a lot of good stuff. We play the Reds for 3 and then the Dodgers in San Diego. So that's going to be fun.
Oh, that's going to be a fun series. Didn't you say you wanted to go to one of those, Dom?
Yeah, I'm actually. So I was thinking about it this year. I was going to go to LA, but I'm actually going to head out to San Francisco.
Right.
Late August.
Right. With our boy Mark, friend of the show, who listens a lot. Yeah, that should be really cool for you. We'll see if I want to go out there. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
All right. So we can recap a little bit, if that's all you got on the Padres. Who do you guys?
Yeah, you know what you want to know another little addition? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You guys remember Tommy Pham on the Padres?
Sure.
He's signed with the Reds now, right?
Yep.
He started the season 0 for 23 at the plate. He's now batting 0-38, 1 for 26. That is not a typo. He's batting 0-38. Do you want to bet Tommy Pham in this series against the Padres goes like 8 for 12 with like 4 home runs?
He could.
I think he will. Against the Padres' revenge season.
It is entirely possible, Dom. It's entirely possible. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Padres fans don't have to deal with him. I know you were not a fan of Tommy Pham. No pun.
No, I wasn't. I'm glad he was.
That sounded so good. But yeah, so all right. Fantasy baseball, guys. Let's get right. That's the wrong hotkey. Fantasy baseball, guys. We're going to get right to it. So I want you guys' thoughts on this week's fantasy baseball. I mean, just it's chaos this week. Again, it's going to be chaos every week, quite frankly. But I get Dom, which is already chaos in and of itself, and Anthony gets Jeff. That's a pretty good matchup, right, guys?
I mean,
I feel like I'm
really
going to lose because Trout
see...
went down.
Oh, I forgot about that.
What happened?
Trout went down.
He got hit by a hit pitch last on Sunday night.
He did. That's rough.
What are the X-rays on that? Do we know?
I don't think it's anything serious because there was no one said anything. Like John Heyman didn't report anything, so I'm guessing it's nothing. I'm gonna let me look right now. He didn't suffer a fracture when hit by a pitch. It's a matter of pain tolerance for him, so that's a good sign. He got hit by a left hand. So yeah, no fracture though, but he'll be out for probably a couple days.
Listen, Anthony, all I'm asking is for you to kick Jeff's you-know-what, all right? In fantasy, I need you to just take it. And Tommy, I'm going to say this right now. I know you guys are going to talk all this trash, but at the end of the season, if I make it to the finals, when I make it to the finals against one of you two, not Jeff. If I lost to Jeff, I'd be pissed.
You did lose to Jeff.
in the that was good. I want to be mad. By the way, I do have a question about this because I want the audience to know: is there any wager we're putting out there for the winner or the loser?
Is there what? Wait, say it again, Dom.
Is there any reward or wager we're putting out there?
Is there a reward?
Yeah, for the fantasy winner.
That's a good question. What is the reward? We should make that a little poll.
We should.
And what do we get? What do we get if we win? A swag chain for the Padres?
No. We get. You know what you guys get to get? A big letter K, a backwards K for all the times the Yankees strike out looking there.
Or swinging strikeouts.
Grow up, Dom.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea, Dom. We should do a little bit of a reward for the fantasy winner. Decided on by the audience. That'd be pretty cool. I like the idea, Dom. Maybe we can work on that for sure. Keep it a secret, though. I don't want people knowing that, we have this thing going.
We don't got to tell Jeff. It's not like he's gonna win anyway.
Yeah, we can't.
Wow, you're so nice, Dom. You're just so nice. But I think doing like a little wager or like a winning at the end is always good because it keeps it kind of engaging. Because I've done fantasy stuff for a long time, and I've done a basketball league. I was the commissioner until college, and then my friend took over because I was the corrupt commissioner, which I was. I did some pretty shady stuff that I shouldn't have done, but we move past it. We move on. I have a real ring now in that league, so they can't call it a corrupt ring because I did win fair and square this past year. But I think doing a wager. but doing having a winning at the end helps because it keeps it more engaging as it goes on, because if there's nothing at the end, you kind of just are like, who cares? It doesn't really matter. It's nothing at stake.
Hey, all I'm saying is if I were still an athlete at my school that I'm about to be graduating from in less than a month, and they listen to this podcast, they'd be coming right for me if we were talking about a wager. One specific individual would be coming for me. And that will not be mentioned. But all I know is that I'm happy I'm not an athlete at the moment. So that'd be really fun to do a little bit of a wager or a reward. That'd be pretty neat. So again, all the audience can determine that. Go to our Instagram, Swing the Twig Pod, and tweet us at Swing Twig. It's the best ways to reach us. Or by email to swingthetwig@gmail.com. Fantasy matchups, again, Dom is coming into this week. Well, quite frankly, Dom and I are coming into this matchup against each other, losing the first matchup. Both of us are. And I lost to Anthony. Dom lost to Jeff, obviously. And I don't know. I like the Anthony-Jeff matchup, too, because quite honestly, the teams will be, I think, evenly matched. And this is a shorter period of time, too, guys, because Anthony and I played each other for 2 weeks, just about, because of an extended first week, quote unquote. But Dom and Jeff played 2 weeks as well. This is 1 week. So gotta change those lineups every day. There's no room for mistakes.
I guarantee you this.
What's up?
I would have won because I actually forgot to change my lineup one day and I had notifications on. And Bregman didn't play for the you-know-what that he is. And that's what I get because they picked Alex Bregman. But, I would have won.
Yeah, that's, coulda, shoulda, woulda. But yeah, so, I mean, I didn't change. Well, to be fair, Dom, I didn't change my lineup either against Anthony a couple times.
See?
But that's my fault, right? That's things I have to do. I'm sure Anthony changed his lineup because he has another league as well that I'm in. So I'm sure he was right on top of it, as I saw. There were some days where I didn't have the room to change my lineups. Like a day like today, I didn't have the room to change my lineup because of my guys. Some games didn't happen where I couldn't fill the position, and so forth. I could fill my outfield, I think, but I was limited on the infield to what I could change. So it got pretty difficult. I don't know if you guys felt the same this week regarding that.
It's tough to keep it up consistently.
Yeah, that's the thing with baseball, I think, because I think because you think basketball is tough too, because it's basketball is almost every day. But the thing with but the difference is that basketball is in essence, it's really every other day with your players. Someone's playing every day, but they're not. But LeBron James isn't playing every day, right? Kevin Durant's not playing every day. They're playing 2 or 3 times a week. So you could set your lineup in advance, right? Mm-hmm. That's the one benefit for basketball. Obviously in football you can't, because they all play on Thursday, Sunday, Monday. That's it. Baseball, it's like every day. So it's like there's a day where like everybody's playing.
Yep.
So it's like, well, what do?
Yeah.
And you're not going to drop anybody. And we all know pitching's the way to win. So sometimes you got to drop some pitchers to pick someone up. You don't have enough starting pitchers or whatever. I've had to do that a couple times. It's worked for me. Sometimes it hasn't. But my pitching keeps getting injured. I'm sick of it.
Yeah, well, let's go. Well, my pitching is just god awful at the moment in terms of the IL situation at the moment. So as I was doing the lineup this morning, guys, and I'm looking over my team. I look at the IL. Let's go over this real fast. I got Lance Lynn on the 10-day. This is our league. This is Swing the Twig Fantasy Baseball. You can go to our Instagram post that we posted before the season started. And these are the guys that are on my IL right now. Blake Snell, thanks a lot, Dom. Jacob deGrom, Hyun-Jin Ryu, I probably botched that name. Lance Lynn. I can keep going here, I think. Do I have another guy? No, I think that's it. That's 4 guys, 4 pitchers. I have 4 pitchers going on the IL right now. I just pray that deGrom comes back at a certain point soon. Same goes for Snell and Ryu. They're all 10 days, by the way. None of them are short. They are all 10-day ILs. I mean, can't catch a break. It's like that for me in football every year. I don't know if you guys feel the same.
It's tough. That's what I gotta say. It's tough because not only do you have to wait prior to 1, you got to do it prior to 1 o'clock for the most part for the early games. But like, think about it. I'm trying to hold in a sneeze. You gotta. It's hard because you know what I have trouble with. You have to manage your lineups. But let's say you have a 1 o'clock guy, he's playing, but you want to put the 8 o'clock guy later in that night. So you're like, all right, I'm going to sub the 8 p.m. guy in there. You do that. Turns out the 8 p.m. guy's injured, doesn't play, and the 1 o'clock guy already played. You know what I mean? That's also difficult about it. It's dude, Yordan Alvarez got hurt. I was pissed. But yeah, it happens. It's very tough, but we're going to get used to it real quick.
Wait, no, he didn't get hurt. I think he was on the COVID IL, Dom.
Oh, that was it. Yeah, and he played, I think, Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's out for what, like a week?
Yeah, I mean, it still mattered.
And probably
it was big. It's a big bet.
Yeah, probably. And that's tough. Before we go, guys, there's gonna be Anthony alerted me before the show started. There's potentially, and I say potentially, a 3,000 hit watch coming in this Yankee series with the Tigers, Miguel Cabrera. If you're listening on this Tuesday, it can come. He only needs 5 more hits for 3,000. Can he do it against the Yankees? Chance?
It'd be pretty cool if he did it against us. He is a guy. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer, slam dunk. I think he'll be right up there as one of the top vote getters of all time in terms of percentage. I don't think he'll be Jeter or Mo because Mo was unanimous. Jeter missed it by one vote, so he'll either be right tied with Jeter or he'll be right behind him. But I mean, look, this guy killed us back in the day when he was in his prime, when we had to face those teams in the ALDS and CS, when he was peak Miggy, when he was just like no holes in his swing. He could take you the other way deep. He could pull it, go deep center, get you a single if he needed to, work a walk if he wanted to. Really could do anything he wanted to from 2010 to 2014 with the bat. People forget he is a World Series champion in 2003. I think people forget that about him. People forget that he was on the Marlins because he was a rookie. He really wasn't what he became. And look, he's going to join a very exclusive club. I think more exclusive than the home runs. I think 3,000 hits is remarkable. Only he's going to be the 32nd or 33rd player to do it in MLB history. He's only going to be the 5th player in MLB history to have 3,000 hits in. I think it's 3,000 hits or something. It's like 3,000 hits of 500 home runs. There's like 4 other guys that have it. Oh, no. It's guys who have batted .310 and have over 500 home runs. And the only people that have that are Manny Ramirez, Ted Williams, Babe Ruth, and Mickey Mantle. So, and he's probably in an exclusive club where it's just 3,500 home runs. And I think it's just like him, Hank Aaron, A-Rod, maybe like 2 other people. But he's special. And for him to do it against the Yankees in Comerica Park will just be that much more great. So I'll be rooting for him. I'll be rooting for him.
Yeah, I mean, I got no choice but to regarding to get the hit. I would love for us to win, obviously. But we'll see if he.
Obviously.
Well, yeah. I mean, that should go without saying, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I'll root for him to do well, and I hope he does. He would earn it otherwise. Dom, did he play when we were in Tampa for that spring training home opener for the Yankees?
No, we saw
not.
Javi Baez. But not
yeah, we
maybe.
saw him. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not even close. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. That's a little 3,000 hit watch for you guys there. So if that's all you have, guys, that'll be it for not for this week. We'll be back on Friday. Anything else, guys?
I think that's everything. Like I said, Tommy, you're gonna go down respectfully. Jeff's gonna go down with all my might. But it's gonna be a lot of fun, boys. We got more of this, and I think the next episode later this week, everyone's gonna tune in for what is it, Tommy? It's time again.
The Bro of the Week.
Yeah, it's right. I love it. I'm obsessed. Ever since Salvador Perez went off in that last part of when we started doing Bro of the Week towards the end of the season. Oh, so
everyone
fun.
picked him every week, though. Someone else had him.
Yeah.
It was either you, me, or Ethan. Or actually, you and Ethan went back and forth on Salvi. We couldn't pick anybody else.
That's right.
That was the problem.
Man crush.
Yeah, everyone picked Salvi, and it was like, all right, who gets him this week? It became no fun. But yeah, I always tried to go outside the box with that, with a non-Yankee when I tried, if I could. So hopefully that works out for me. Maybe I can. So we'll see about that. So, all right. If that's all you guys have, that'll be it for all of us this week. From myself, Tommy Franks, Anthony Colasano, and Dom. We will be back here next week, or Friday. Excuse me, Friday. We'll be back here. We will see you then. Have a good one, everybody. Hey, thanks so much for listening to the Swing the Twig podcast. If you really love this show, please give us a 5-star review and be sure to subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, thoughts, or concerns, email the podcast at swingthetwig@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, go to our Instagram at swingthetwigpod, or you can go on Twitter at swingtwig.